James P. Carse, Finite and Infinite Games, A Vision of Life as Play and Possibility. Welcome to the captivating world of Finite and Infinite Games, A Vision of Life as Play and Possibility by James P. Carse. This book summary takes you on a journey exploring finite games, which have specific boundaries and are played to win, and infinite games, characterized by their endless nature and emphasis on continued play. The author delves deep into the psychology behind our priorities and the games we choose to participate in, analyzing the impact of society, relationships, conversations, sexuality, and one's past on the type of games we engage in.
Finite versus infinite games. Most often when games come to mind, we think of children's games like hide-and-seek or truth or dare. However, adults also engage in games, which can be categorized as finite or infinite. Finite games have set boundaries, such as time, space, and number of players. Additionally, they have predetermined rules, and the players aim to win. A prime example of a finite game is a general election, with its structured nature and ultimate winner. In contrast, infinite games have no rules or boundaries and are played for the joy of continual participation. Music composition exemplifies an infinite game, as composers create music not to win but to inspire and invite others to partake in the art form. Understanding life through the perspectives of finite and infinite players provides a deeper insight into the world we inhabit. Boundaries and infinite possibilities. Finite games, such as elections or exams, come with defined rules and constraints like time, space, and quantity. Integral to these games are audiences, those who determine the game's operations and the players involved. Finite players must follow the audience's expectations, often working under pressure to perform tasks within specific time frames. However, infinite games defy boundaries, turning each moment into a fresh opportunity for growth. Infinite players, unrestricted by time, can extend their gameplay and welcome others to participate, allowing for endless possibilities. In finite games, various conditions are required. To protect themselves from issues, rules must be established to dictate the inherent limitations, such as the number of candidates participating in an election or the time duration given for an exam. However, aside from these formalized restrictions, the audience of these finite games is vital in shaping their organization and participants. Finite players face the challenge of abiding by their audience's expectations. They operate within specific time frames, resulting in an added pressure to perform their tasks. But unlike finite games, infinite games are not bounded by time or any other restrictions, granting their players an endless array of possibilities. In these games, every moment signifies a new beginning and a chance for expansion. Infinite players can invest as much time as they want in their endeavors, working collaboratively with others and creating an ever-evolving experience. Finite versus infinite players. Finite players perceive society as a collection of smaller games in which everyone competes to win titles and recognition. These titles, earned through victories in past games, become symbols of success displayed through possessions. Infinite players, on the other hand, view society as an evolving culture. Rather than focusing on past victories and titles, they look to the future, striving to create visions that inspire others to join them in bringing those visions to life. While a finite player might fight poverty by supplying goods, an infinite player delves deeper, sparking conversations on the root causes of poverty and encouraging collective problem-solving. Finite versus infinite players. Finite players are focused on winning and dominating in various aspects of life, from conversations to relationships. They seek control and superiority by outshining others in different ways, leading them to view even basic interactions as competitions for titles. In contrast, infinite players prioritize the game itself and do not concern themselves with overpowering others. For them, conversations are about exchanging perspectives and gaining new knowledge, while intimate relationships are about exploration and understanding rather than achieving specific outcomes. Escaping the past's grip. Finite players are individuals who dwell on their past and let it dictate their actions and decisions. They embrace the roles bestowed upon them by birth or circumstance, seeking to prove themselves and win. This leads to a fixation on prior losses and an inability to break free from perceived inadequacies. Conversely, infinite players learn to release the hold their past has on them. Through embracing their uniqueness and acknowledging their talents, they transform their past from a limitation into an opportunity for growth. For infinite players, past experiences don't dictate their futures, they simply act as starting points for a world full of open possibilities. Choosing your game. Understand that both finite and infinite games have value, but you ultimately hold the power to choose the game you want to participate in. Know that each game is voluntary and you can opt out at any time to prevent feeling trapped by your chosen role. The distinction between finite and infinite games is vast, but elements of finite games can exist within infinite ones. It all boils down to the choice that lies in your hands: which game will you play? Always keep in mind that participating in any game is an act of personal will and decision. Feeling obligated, finite players often experience pressure to conform and excel in their respective games. For instance, a lawyer must pass the bar exam and follow specific professional guidelines, like attending countless meetings or advocating in court. However, even with these externally imposed rules, no one can force you to become a lawyer or remain in that role if your heart isn't in it. Indeed, we voluntarily opt into games and follow their rules. Yet, finite players may find themselves trapped by the personas they adopt for their roles, like projecting wisdom and justice as a lawyer. This self-image can become so convincing that players lose sight of their true selves, feeling entirely consumed by the games they chose. The crucial realization here is that stepping away is always an option. For instance, a lawyer overwhelmed by her duties can decide to quit her position and chase other dreams, like moving to Jamaica. The power to choose your game and your role in it lies with you. Embrace your autonomy and play the games you wish while remembering that the masks you wear are temporary and self-imposed. By acknowledging this, you can navigate the world of finite and infinite games with intention and authenticity.
As we disentangle the complex web of finite and infinite games, we understand that the choice ultimately lies within us. We have the power to decide which game to play, whether it's a game bound by rules and limitations or one that unfolds with limitless possibilities. The key is to be aware of our own motivations and to not get lost in our assumed roles and the masks we wear. Remember, every game is voluntary, and the choice to join or leave is entirely our own. Through the insights provided by Carse, we're left with the knowledge and perspective to navigate these choices and enrich our lives with the games we truly desire.